Yo, what is up YouTube? We are back with another tabletop matchup. This time we have myself on the right playing Blissey v Miltank, and Thomas on the left is playing the usual jank.deck.exe. So this time he is playing Cramorant with Charizard from Pokemon Go and Blastoise from Pokemon Go. Really crazy deck idea, and I have my first turns pretty good. I do have that Path to the Peak in at the beginning. That does shut off his Radiant Venusaur, which apparently this jank deck does play. He's going to Quick Ball away Fire to grab himself a Squirtle, and he does have a Diancie in the active position. So he's going to attach to Diancie and he's going to play a Marnie. So he's going to see 5 new cards. I believe there's a lot of energies. He did get the Charmander. And then he's going to, I believe, Spike Draw is the name of the attack. So let's see what I got going here. I'm going to Professor's Research, just discard my whole hand, draw new 7 cards. So I get a Trekking Shoes off. I'm going to end up keeping it. I'm going to attach the Capture Energy to the Radiant Greninja. The effect on it, I'm going to search out a Blissey V and put that straight to the bench. And I'm going to attack into the Diancie, accelerating 3 energies from my discard pile to my active Blissey V. Now it does say energies and not basic energies, so that does allow me to get special energies. Thomas is going to use the Professor's Research, discarding a lot of Fire Energy and a Blastoise, which is definitely not ideal for him. So let's see what he's got going on here. I think he has an attach per turn. He's going to Ultra Ball, and he does have that Cramorant on his bench. He's going to grab himself another Diancie, mainly just in case this Diancie gets knocked out anytime soon. Because this Blissey V is going to start doing a whole lot of damage really quick. So that Diancie is probably going to be dead. So Diancie is going to attack. Lucky Energy is going to come into play, so I get to draw 2 and then a draw per turn. So I'm going to attach, it looks like a Capture Energy to the bench Blissey V, and I get another Blissey V, and that's going to go straight to the bench because Capture Energy, the Pokemon has to go to the bench. So it looks like a local player is giving me, a local player Matthew, there's 3 local players named Matthew. This is one of the Matthews. He's just giving me a Gyarados Holo for one of my decks that is going to come up in the future. Hopefully, I can find a Ditto for that though. So I'm going to take a knockout on Diancie, accelerate some more energies. We're going to promote another Diancie. And let's see what we got. I don't think his hand is that good. And unfortunately, he can't use Radiant Venusaur's ability because that does have a rule box and Path to the Peak turns off rule box. So right now he's Quick Balling. He did grab that Irida, which you can't search off a Quick Ball. So I believe he's going to look for a Pokemon. Let's see. He's going to grab another Cramorant V and he's going to bench that down, which is pretty smart. So I remember this is what Thomas did. He's going to promote the Cramorant and beat Catch. So he gets to search for 2 cards and put them into his hand. I'm going to attach a powerful energy to the bench Blissey V. And then I'm going to play a Marnie to put those cards that he just picked at the bottom of his deck. Which was a really well played Marnie on my part. So we're just calculating damage, and he thinks it's a knockout, but I think I was actually 10 damage short of the knockout. Yes, I was 10 damage short. So Thomas is going to attach, I believe, a Big Charm to the bench Cramorant V. Now Thomas is going to play a Marnie of his own. I think my hand's pretty bad off that Marnie. Thomas is going to attach a fire energy to the bench Cramorant V. I believe he's just going to go for a beak catch right here. So he's thinking what he wants to do. He's searching. So I think he did use the beak catch attack. He's just going to scoop. Yes, he's going to scoop because he had both of his Cramorant vmax in the prize cards, and there's no way to get the prizes without Cramorant vmax. And he also plays one Volcarona V, which was also in the prizes. So very rough on Thomas's end. We are going to go to game 2 as this is a best 2 out of 3. So we're both going to get started up here. I think Thomas is going to go first. Yeah, he starts off the Manaphy. He goes first. Quick wall away the fire energy. He's probably going to grab himself. Yeah, he grabs himself a Cramorant V. He's going to bench that right away. He's just going to shuffle up, and I think he passes here. I don't think his turn was that good. I don't even think my hand is that good either. Well, he's going to Ultra Ball away 2 fire energies, it looks like, and grab himself a Diancie. He's going to bench the Crobat V, use Dark Asset, and draw some cards. He's going to attach per turn. He's going to attach a Big Charm to Cramorant V on the bench. He's going to attach to Manaphy, retreat into the Diancie. Now I don't see why he did that. In my opinion, I think he should have left Manaphy in the active to get knocked out, because it is useless in this matchup. So I'm going to conceal cards. I'm going to bench a Blissey V. I'm also going to attach Cape of Toughness to that Blissey V. I'm going to quick ball away a Lucky Energy to get another Blissey V, and that is going to go straight to the bench. Looks like I attach Powerful Energy to Blissey V without the Cape of Toughness, and I Professor's Research. So I do have the switch card, so I'm going to switch into Radiant and Greninja, and I'm going to use Blissey V's attack. Accelerate 2 energies. I believe it's 2 Lucky Energies. So let's see what Thomas has going right here. He's going to bench the Lumineon V. Now this is very problematic for Thomas because he needs a Charizard and a Blastoise on his bench. But right now he has 3 bench sitters that are basically doing nothing, clogging up his bench. So it's not good on his end. He's going to Professor's Research, discarding a bunch of cards, including one Cramorant V. He's going to quick ball and grab himself a Squirtle, and I believe he benches that. Yeah, he benches that, puts it on the bench. And then he attacks with Diancie. So now it's my turn. I'm going to conceal cards. I quick ball away. I think I quick ball away a Powerful Energy to get another Blissey V. And that's going to go straight to the bench as well. So I'm just going to shuffle real quick. I'm going to attach Cape of Toughness to Blissey V. Attach per turn to Blissey V. Then I hit into the Diancie and accelerate some more energies. So he promotes the Manaphy, benches another Diancie. Rare Candies into the Blastoise. So now he's starting to get set up here. He's going to play an Irida. I don't see what you get an Irida for. So he's going to grab himself an air balloon off the Irida. Interesting. And then he's going to use Blastoise's ability. The ability on Blastoise is you can accelerate 6 energies from your deck onto your Pokemon in any way you like, but your turn ends. Now the cool thing is, Thomas only plays basic energies, but you can use that ability on the Blastoise with special energies, because it does not say basic energies, it says energies in general. So maybe a Blastoise Blissey deck could be good. Who knows? I believe he only gets 5 energies because he had a lot of energies in the prize cards this game. So I'm going to take a knockout on the Diancie. I'm just calculating the damage. Obviously it was enough to knock out Diancie, but I have to know the exact amount. So Cramorant vmax is going to come into play. Now Cramorant vmax, I believe it does, you flip a coin for each energy attached to Cramorant, and it does, I believe it's 80 per heads. Which is very good because if you have 6 energies on, but then you have a Charizard from Pokemon Go in play, that 6 energies actually becomes 12 energies, so you have to roll flip 12 coins. So he does roll a bunch of dice at once off to the side. He does get enough to knock out the active Blissey V. So I'm going to bench a Miltank. I believe I attach something to it. I boss up the Charmander, and I take a knockout on Charmander. Simply because the Charmander is actually the only thing that can, well, not only thing, the Charmander and Blastoise technically can attack through Blissey, and I just want to get rid of those threats as soon as possible so then I can just Blissey stall because Cramorant can't hit into Blissey, and I don't think this Cramorant deck plays any canceling Colognes. So I'm pretty confident I can just hide behind Blissey. So he rolls a bunch of dice. I believe he does not get knockout here. Yes, he does whiff the knockout. So I draw. I do play a Sharon's Care. So I scoop up all those cards. Promote the Blissey V. Now the rough part is all those energies are into my hand, and I should have concealed cards before I played Path of the Peak. I'm going to attach an energy, and I'm going to hit into the Cramorant for a decent amount. So he's going to quick ball away a Blastoise. He's going to grab himself another Charizard. But at this point, I'm calculating in my head that I don't think the Charizard play is going to come into play, simply because I don't think he has enough energies in play or access to power up a Charizard, because he needs 2 energies on the Charizard to take a knockout on a Miltank, and I don't think he has that. So he's going to attack into Blissey, doesn't do enough. I do Sharon's Care up the Blissey. Bench another Miltank, and I just route. So I hit into this Cramorant. We're just calculating the math here, and then it's going to be Thomas's turn. So right now, to take any prizes, he does need to boss up Greninja, which he does. So he bosses up the Radiant Greninja, flips a bunch of coins, and he actually doesn't take a knockout on the Radiant Greninja, which is crazy because he only needs 2 heads. So I'm going to switch cart, bring in the Radiant Greninja to the bench, and I attach the bench one. I do attach a powerful energy. Then I route. Not enough, but it will be dead next turn. Because I don't do enough with the active Miltank, but if I attach a powerful energy to the bench one, retreat into the bench one, I do just take a knockout, which is going to be the remaining 3 prize cards. So your rare candies into Charizard. I believe he retreats, which he only needed to discard 1 energy because of Charizard's ability, and he's going to pass. So I'm going to attach to the bench Miltank. I believe I use a Trekking Shoes, and I think I just route here. Yeah, so I just route, take 1 prize. Finally, that Manaphy is out into the discard, out of play. We don't have to worry about that anymore. I believe he just promotes Cramorant. Leave all the energy there. Or all the dice back onto the Cramorant. I think he just, let's see, he Rhyhorns the Charizard. Yes, this is where the sketchiness comes into play. But I think he ran out of energy. He's looking through his deck and he realizes he has no more energy. But he does grab the Volcarona V. Or maybe he has 1 energy left. He's hoping for that. He's hoping to stay alive this turn because my route doesn't do enough to take a knockout with the double turbo, but I can just retreat into the bench run with 2 powerful energies to take the knockout. So we just did a bunch. I'm going to retreat and then take a knockout on the active Cramorant for game.